back to the part 3 of this video series. So if you haven't checked out the first two parts, they're going to be down in the description, so be sure to check that out. And if you're enjoying the content, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Now let's just get straight to it.
um, let's call it what a description screen, something of that kind. So description screen details. Then I will import it in the home screen, or rather, no, in the app.js file. Yeah. So I'll import it over here. Then I'll just replace it over here so that we work on the description screen. And right away, we are going to begin. So looking at the design, again, we have several sections. Uh, this top section will act as the navigation, which has a back arrow, the title, and a like button. So right away, let's start on that. So I'll create a component and we'll call it description navigation. Yes. And again, React Native functional export to the style sheet. Should have also done the same for this. Yeah. So let's bring the description navigation to the description screen. So import description navigation, and then we'll display it over here. And now we are going to be working on the description navigation. So because it has a back arrow and a like icon, that means we are going to import the icon library, which is a unicorns. So let's go back to them now. Let's style it, and we can see that there's some padding all around. So let's start with the padding. So we'll call this main. Start with main. Then give it an background padding of 20. Nice. Then background color of white. Yeah. Then let's we can see the items are justified between the three of them. So let's give that styling to the main view. Justify content space between line item center reflects the direction of the ground. So that's okay. So let's start by providing the back arrow icon. So that is simply arrow back, a size of 30. So let's give this title design thinking. And over at the end, there is this heart icon, but it is surrounded with in this case, it's a view with a background color of orange. So let's create a view, and inside we're going to have the icon. So the name is heart. The size, we'll give it a size of 20, and a color of white. Okay, let's use black for now so that you're able to see it. So there we have the heart icon, but it's surrounded by a view with a background color. So let's give this an so we'll call it icon section. So here let's style it. So first of all, let me obtain the exact color. So background color be that. And let's give it a height of 25 and 25. Radius magnitude. Then justify content center. Align items center. Then we can now give the icon a white color. That should do it. And maybe reduce it to 15 or rather 17. Yes, 17 is not bad as per the design. Yeah. So let's give this text a bigger font size and we make it bold. So it says styles the title. So font height bold. The font size of 16. That should do it. Yeah. So we are now done with the navigation section, and we are going to move on to the next section, which will be this video elements. But in this case, because we are working with a design, we are not actually building a video player, but just building out the UI. So let's work on this video component. And before we continue, we need to apply this background color to the entire screen. So let's do that. So we'll come over to the description screen. Then we're going to say, let's call these styles. Let's name. And it's going to have a height of 100%. The background color. So let me get the exact color. That should apply to the whole screen. Yeah, so that's nice. So let's work on the call it the description video component. So React Native functional with an export and a style sheet. Then we're going to bring it over here. Now you can begin to work on it. So, and for this, it should have 500% and align items offset. Actually, no. Let's just leave it the way it is. And just work on this. So, so we call it styles.main. Then main, we're going to say align self center. So this will bring it to the center. Nice. Then margin top of 20, I think. So to have that spacing, yeah, nice. Then so let's create let's bring in an image that will cover this section, but it needs to have a background color of white. So let's start with that by giving it a background color of white. Then border radius of 20. Then height of water. That should do it. Then let's bring in an image from React Native. And we already have an image in the assets folder that you're going to use. So this one. So let me use it over here. So image, then source. We are going to require it in the assets folder. Right. So let's style it. So I'm going to say style. Let's and for the image, we're going to give it a width of maybe 70%, the height of 200. So, then for the main view, we can say the content center and the main item center. That should put it at the center nice. So we can now, we are done with that. Maybe you can do a resize mode of content and aspect ratio of 4:3. Yeah. So we can now move on to the players section, which, as I said, we're just going to display the controls and the time, not an actual video player. If you wish to go further than that, then you can implement your own player. But in this case, we're just dealing with the UI. So I'm actually going to have a view which will contain several items. So we need 3 icons and the time. And this icon also has a view with its own background color and the play button at the center. So let's do that. So I'm going to have a view, and of course we need the icon library. And the icon in this case will be play. It's heads of 13. We'll leave it that color for now, then we'll sort it out afterwards. And we need the time. So in this case, it's 0625 of 1725. And then what else do we have? We also have the speaker icon and full screen icon. Yeah. So icons. So you need to have a speaker, rather I think it's sound. Let's go to the website and search for the exact icons. So let's it's here. So that's volume high. Give it a size of 24. our next icon is a full screen icon, which is calm. And so that's the icon for expanding the video. Yeah, that's right. So let's start by styling them, or rather positioning them as per the design. So we have the play being next to the time, and the sound and the expand icon at the far end. So that means we are separating them into categories. So let's do that. So that means we need to wrap the first two, that's the play icon and the time, in one view. Then we're going to wrap the last two icons also in another view of their own. So now let's start with the parent view that is enclosing everything by making it justify the content as space between. So we are going to say else control section, and we're going to say justify content space between line item center and x direction of flow. Then it also needs to have this background color. So let me pick the color. Let's give it a width of 100%. Border bottom left radius of 20, so that it will also curve. Then border bottom right radius also of 20. And the last point should also curve. Then we need to have a padding horizontal of 10, so that you have some space. Yeah, or maybe 20 or 15. And that's good. Now let's work on the play icon. It needs to have a background. So we're going to say styles play section, and once again let's get the exact color, which is that. So background color on that. Then width of 20, width of 20, and border radius of 999, and justify content center, item center. So yeah, though it's not so clear, but I'm sure if we give the play button a color of white, it's going to stand out. So yeah, that's decent. Though to be more precise, and get a good color for that, you can find that in tailwind colors. This allows you to pick on several colors that you want. So maybe you can use that as the background color. So let's see how that appears. Yeah, this is much better. So the other icons will also have a color of white. color white. Yeah. So let's make this displayed in a row. So let's say let's dot I'll call it play and time. So this will give justify content. Actually, let's give it a width of maybe 40%. Content center. Content center. And let's direction draw. So let's see how that should appear. So the reload is taking a while. Yeah, maybe 45 will do. Actually, there should be a space between. Then maybe I can make it 50. 45 should do. Yeah, that's nice. Then we'll also do the same for this. So let's say styles dot sound section. So we'll also do the same. But for this, we'll give it a width of 20%, or rather 25. And then we can see that we need to also have some padding. So instead of uh, padding horizontal, you can just have it as the border padding. Yeah, and that comes out very nicely. Then instead of 24, you can make them 20. Yeah, and that looks nice. Yeah. So as far as that, we've come up with the exact design as it is, and we can now move on to the next section, which is this category of playlist and descriptions. So uh, let's get to that. So for that, we'll create it under, I'll call it subcategory. I'll actually call it categories screen. So let's create that categories screen. That. So once again, React Native functional with an export. Then I'll import it. Then have it there. Then I actually think we should reduce the height of the image on this one. So let's do that because I think it's appearing bigger than it should be. So 150 or 170. Yeah, that's better. So let's move on to the category section. And so once again, we have it as main. Then we want it to have a margin top of 20, and it should also align itself at the center. Yeah, that's nice. So what you need to work on is these two controls first of all, and we are going to utilize a component that will be reusable for this. So right away, let's create. I'll call these categories components. Okay. So let's bring it to the category section. So import categories component, and we are now rendering it. So what we'll do is before, let's enclose this in a view. Then this view is going to, as you can see, this entire section has a white background, and whenever you click on one of them, it's going to have this orange background color. So the whole view should have a background color of white, and that's the reason why I'm enclosing it in a view. And we're going to have two of them because there are two. So yeah, so let's have this start, and we call these categories. So categories. So this is going to have a background color white, but a radius of 20. Of 90%. Okay, the main should have a 100%. That work. Yeah, but it's not getting aligned at the center. What if I take that out? It should be at the center because for the description video we did the same. Maybe a width of 80%. Maybe 90. So something is wrong. It's not getting aligned at the center. Okay, maybe I could just leave this as the main view itself instead of creating another view. Then background of white. Yeah. Then a width of 80%. Radius of 20. For that 25. Then justify content of script line items and direction of ground. Yeah, so that's nice. Then to 50. Nice. So now let's work on the individual components. So uh, we can start with the, yeah, let's start right away. So it needs to have this orange background. So that's the background color. Then let me just make it say categories. So we give it a window of 5%. That's the content center. The last line content center. Then we give it a border radius of 25. And a height of 50. So that will occupy the entire space. And now we can make the width 50%. Yeah, but we are going to make it dynamic so that it picks up the color when you click on it. So the text needs to be white. That's the color when it is clicked on, and black when it is when it's not yet been clicked. So what you can do is we are going to have props being passed over here, and like we did for the previous categories where we had popular. I think there was something of popular whereby we were clicking on the buttons and they were changing backgrounds depending on the active one. So you can implement the same over here. And so that will be really simple. So we need to have a state variable for that. So we're going to have new states, and we'll have active and set active. So the default one will be playlist. So we're going to have playlist as the default one. Then let's have this as a dynamic variable. So we have this as the title. So that now over here we can pass in the title and say this is a playlist and the other one is descriptions. So playlist, this one descriptions. So that's, yeah, that's nice. Then we need to pass the two also. That is active and active, and set active as the props. So I'll do that for the two because they're required. And then now we'll also need them over here, so that we require the three, and we are now using the three also over here. So that ensures that we are receiving the props accordingly. Now we need to make these two clickable, and I talked about that we are going to use a touchable opacity for that. So this will make anything clickable. So I'll just replace the view with that, and immediately they are now clickable. So now let's implement the logic that will be able to set the defaults whenever you click. And according to whichever this category is active, we are going to render this differently. So for example, if playlist is has been clicked on and it's not the default, it's going to have this orange background while descriptions will remain white. And likewise, if description is clicked on, it will have the orange background and playlist will remain white. So for that, let's implement the functionality that will set the active state whenever you click on either of the two. So to implement that, you're going to have the onPress function that will simply set active to that title. So this will simply take the title, which for this case, if it's playlist, it's going to take the playlist title and set it as the active one. If it's descriptions, it will take descriptions and set it as the active one. And then now, once you have achieved that functionality, we can now determine if if we already know the active one, we can render the background according to whether it's active or not. And like I said before, we cannot access this active prop inside the style sheet, and that will prompt us to use it directly over here as an inline style. So for that, we are going to require an array, which will allow us to now write our custom styling. And the custom styling in this case is the background color. So I'll remove it from here and then we are going to bring it over here. And now the condition that you're looking for is if the title matches active. So in this case, if for example the title that we are receiving is playlist, and I end up clicking on this, which will set the active as playlist, that will mean that these two variables will have the same value, which is playlist. And if they have the same value, that simply means that the current active set is playlist. And if that is so, we can now set the orange background. So we'll say if active is equals to title, then using ternary operators, we'll say then use the orange background color, but else give it a white background. So let's see how that will turn out here. So you can already see that playlist is taking the orange background while descriptions is remaining white. And if I click on descriptions, we expect that it will pick up the orange background while playlist will remain with the white background. So let's see that. Yeah, so that has been achieved. Now we can also make the text to have a white color if the background is orange. And so that's simple. We're going to use the same condition. If active is equals to title, so I'm going to say style. So color active is equals to title, then we give it white. If not, then it will have a black color. Yeah, and we can see that taking effect. And this is exactly what we are seeing over here. Maybe I could adjust the height to maybe 40, and I'll also do 40. Is it the height? 40. I'll also do the same over here, make it 40. Yeah, and so that's nice. So we're done with that, and we'll move on to the next section, which is the I can call these video chapters. So we have several chapters listed, and you can see that the first one is free to be viewed, and the remaining ones are locked, which means they're behind a paywall. So let's implement this. So again, we are going to have one component that will be reusable, and basing on whether or not it's free, we are going to render accordingly. So if it's free, we are going to see the play button, and this lock will be unlocked, while for the rest they're going to be locked. And they'll also have a different background color based on that. So let's do that. So this, we are going to call it a video chapter component. So again, React Native functional with an export, and I'll close the rest. So it's this one, yeah. So let's import it over here. And then yeah, so here it is. So let's start styling it immediately. So I'm going to give it a name, and so for this you're going to say a width of 8%, and then align itself of center. So let's see how that will appear. Nice. Then we're going to have a margin top of 20. Nice. So for now, we are going to design based on the first one. Then we're going to dynamically display the rest based on whether they are locked or not. So we're going to need icons definitely. So let's get the icon library. Nice. So we'll start by giving it a background color. Right. Then height of 50 and a padding of 10. Nice. Maybe 60. Then that's okay. About the radius of 10. Nice. Then I think it has some shadow, and so to have a shadow you simply do an elevation of 10 or 5. So that simply adds a shadow to your view or whatever it is that you're rendering. So now let's start with the icon, the play icon. So it has a background, so that's in this case you're going to have a view and the play icon at the center. So let's start with that. First of all, I'm going to justify the content space between align items. what we are doing is that we are preparing to ensure that we have these two on one side and the other on the other end. So this space between. So let's implement the icon. So it's going to be a view with the icon at the center. So the name being play. With a size of 15. And let's style. So I'm going to call this the play section. And so for this, we're going to give it a width of 20. Alias of 999. Then let's give it this background color. So I'll pick on that color. So background color that. So let's see. Nice. So maybe I could make it 25. Then we need to have the icon center. So that's the content center. The line icon center. That should be it. Then the icon should have a white color. Nice. So what's next? We need to have the introduction as the title and the time. So for that, we'll just create a second view that has the title, in this case, introduction, and the time. So just come up with random time for that. Nice. And because the two will be close to each other, that means you're going to wrap the two in a view. And so let's do that. So I'll take the two and have them in a view. Like that. Then let's style it. So I'll call this I'll just call it the first section. Doesn't matter what you call it. Then it's going to have a width of 40%. Then justify content as this between line item center and direction of row. And so maybe you can add this to 50 or rather 45. Yeah, that's nice. So let's make this introduction be bold. So for that, you're going to say styles and title. Then just say from title point. Maybe you can increase that to 16. Nice. For the time, we are going to make it have a gray color and reduce the size. So time gray, the font size of 40, another 13. So that's looking nice. We can move on to make the lock icon, which in this case is unlocked. So again, that will require a view that will have the icon lock closed, size of 15. Yeah, nice. And because they have the same background color, I just simply reuse the one for the place section and give this a color of white. That should do it. Yeah, so that's nice as per the design. What you're going to do next is to render them dynamically, as you can see over here. And what's going to be different is if an item is paid or free, we're going to render them according to the scenario that it is. And for that, or rather, we can implement one for paid and one that is free. So you can actually have this one that you've created as the free one. Then we can create a paid chapter, and what that will contain is just they're going to be the same by design. So I'll just copy that and rename these to paid. Then we'll just make a few changes. So let's import that over here. Then render it over there. So let's change it to match whatever we have over here. So we see in this case, if it's a paid one, we're not going to have the play button, but instead it's a view with a number in it. So for that, you're just going to change that directly. So instead of the icon, we're going to have a text with a number and do true. And then the background is gray, and I can pick on the exact color. So that means for the place section, we're going to have a gray color. That's nice. Then also the background color. This is white, but this should not be white according to the design. So let's also pick on that color. So that's for the main. So yeah, so we have a difference in color. Then what else? This icon should be in a blue color, and it should be the lock that is oh yeah, now this reminds me these are the one that we came from. This should be open because it's not paid for, while the one that is paid for should be lock closed. Yeah, and it should have the blue color. So let's get that color that we used over here. So this is the blue color that we're going to use for the icon, and that's looking nice. So maybe we can change this to be dynamic. So we're going to say we require the title crop and we require the time crop. So let's have this title and top. Then we're going to render two of them. So I just come over here and have two of them. Then it should provide a title. In this case, we're going to have what is design thinking. Then the time, minimum time. For the second one, we're going to give so that what is what is UX design. Let's see the result of that. Yeah, so we can just increase the width. That will give it more room. So we did define the width. So first section, so maybe 60. 70. About 80. Yeah, so 80 is good. But you're now going to change this to justify content of text. Then we're going to apply some margin between the two. So from the play section, we're going to say margin right of 12. Yeah, that does it. So we now have some proper alignment of everything. So that should do it for the video chapters. And without wasting any more time, we're going to move on to the checkout section, whereby you have two buttons, one with the price and one with the that allows you to make the purchase. So right away, let's do that. I'm going to create checkout screen. And we're going to require it in the home screen. So let's import it. Actually, home screen. No. It's in the description screen. Yeah, the description screen. So let's import checkout screen. So let's work on it. So I'm going to give it an idea of name, and I think we can do a flex of one that should bring it to the bottom. No. Okay. Let's do a margin top of 80. Rather, okay, to use some proper styling. So I'm going to say position because I'm trying to make it stick to the bottom as per the design. So it's at the bottom. So what you can do for that, you can say position. And bottom of 0. Then right of 0 and left of 0. Okay, we don't actually need this. Then we're going to have a background color of white. So let's say 8. Then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8. And then we're going to have a background color of 8 So then a width of 100%, then height of 50, further 80, nice. Then we have to justify contents, space between line items, center and reflects direction of that's for the two buttons, this one and this one. So you need to separate them. Then we're going to have a padding of 20. Then we can see that there is some border radius, top left and top right. So let's implement that. So border top left radius of 20 and the border top right radius of 20. So that's nice. Then we can now implement on the two buttons. So let's start with this one. So like I said, to make anything clickable, just simply use attachable opacity. So quickly let's work on that. What do we see? We have an icon with its own view with the background color and the price. So let's get the icon library. Then and I don't know the name of the icon, but you can search. So I think is it a tag? Yeah, it's not the exact one, but you can use this one. So let's call it it's actually price tag. Yeah, and we need to give it a size of 15. So there we have it. So it has a background. So these are the icon section. So for that, we give it a width of 25, a height of 25, above areas of 999, justify content center, as well as line items center. Then we're going to grab the background color. Oh, it's actually white, but you can grab the color of the icon, which is this orange one. So background color of white, while the icon will have a color of that. Yeah, and that's nice. But now, so actually, let's also style the touchable opacity itself to have the background color as well. So I name that price button. So it will also have that orange background, which we are seeing. And then we have this text, the price, so $32.52. So I'll implement that. So now let's style this press button. So I'm going to give it a rate of 100. Then we're going to give it a padding of 10. And justify space between center, acceleration of growth, and avoid radius of 20. So that's nice. So maybe I could do a padding, for example, then a padding vertical 5. Yeah, this is better. Then for the text, it should be white. So say styles text. So text is meant to be white. Which is nice. So we're done with the first button, and we can move on to the second button, which is actually simpler. So simply have the touchable opacity text in banner. So we can reuse this because the text is going to be a white color. Then for the touchable opacity, it's going to have a blue background. So we're going to say so play button background color of blacks. Then I will say 50%. I'll justify on center and 10%. Body radius 20 and height of 40. Then I can actually increase the width to 70%, or rather 65%. Yeah, and it's now looking exactly as it should be. Uh, I think the height is slightly bigger, so I'll make it 50. And border radius of 25. Nice. So we can see that we now have all the functionalities as per the design. You can have a left-right comparison of the two. So just a moment. Yeah, you can see that the designs are close, if not exactly the way they are. And for this, we can call it done.